I think the internet has just influenced me myself a lot, and it just also just gives you this wide spread of being able to see what everybody else is doing, and I think it's a great opportunity to, you know, get out and meet different people, and then you kind of realize the industry is a lot bigger than your neighborhood, and you get to, you know, have friendly competitions with people and also see kind of what everybody's made of and what they're doing out there, and it's just, it's a good thing. Yeah, I think it's good to network. I think it's good to, you know, go out and meet people. You got to be careful sometimes with, you know, who you hang out with and who you build your cars with and who you race with and, you know, who you associate with. But eventually you can, you know, you can weed them out. You can fine tooth comb who you need to be around and who you don't. And at that point you can, you know, do good.
Yeah, I mean, it just kind of brought, I guess, really the right people together. People who are really more into performance.
Automotive theft has always been an issue with modified cars, yet the import car scene has elevated it to a whole new level. Although people are aware of the issue itself, not everyone realizes the extent of how bad it is and how much it affects the owners of these project cars.
People are always going to want to steal your goods, especially the better you make it, you know, and at this point it feels like they don't even want to steal it because they want it, they want to steal it because they don't want you to have it. And it's like you take your steering wheel off, you club up, you do whatever. It doesn't even matter how many alarms you have. They're going to come in with a tow truck and they're going to take your car. And it's a sad realization that you got to think, you know, when you're going to that movie, when you're going to dinner, when you're parking in a lot overnight, that it's like, you know, somebody really wants your stuff, they're going to take it.
I always had an alarm or, you know, full coverage insurance on my older cars, but never really was too worried about like driving to the movies or dinner, you know. Nowadays it's like you have like any kind of, you know, Type R parts in your car at all, or Type R, it's like, it's impossible to like take it to the movies, you know, because you just know it's gonna get stolen.
You can't take a nice car anywhere, you know? I mean, it sucks. I mean, that's just the way it is, yeah, really. Like, you can't take your car like that to the movies, what's gonna happen, you know? I mean, you're just gonna hope that someone is not into imports when they show up at the movies, you know what I mean? It's like, you might be able to make it up right, but it's flipping the coin. Is the car gonna be there when you get back or not, you know? So I gotta buy a beater. You don't drive around in the beater.
I could bring it to the movies, but will I enjoy the movie? I'll be like thinking about my car at the same time. And I was like, I just rather have it be safe at home and don't even have to worry about, like, sometimes insurance don't even cover all the parts that you put in there, so you gotta think of that and yeah.
So in my next car, of course, an EK with 5-lug and B16 and all that good stuff. And I couldn't hold on to it because everywhere I'd park it, I'd just cross my fingers. I'd be having dinner with a friend for like 20 minutes, whatever. I'd have my fingers crossed, or I'd be looking outside. I'd be walking around the grocery store with my fucking steering wheel in my hand, you know, just praying that my car would still be there when I came back out. And just the stress it causes, it's not worth it, really.
I think it's mandatory to have a garage, you know, for any like nice like fixed up car, you know, and it sucks because it's just like inevitable. I see on the board every single day like cars getting stolen left and right, especially Type Rs, and it's I don't know, I wish it wasn't like that. I mean, I had my Civic stolen a few weeks back.
And it destroys the industry to a certain extent because it raises prices and kills prices at the same time. It cost me so much money to, drive a Type R just to insure the thing, when it's like, I'm not gonna be racing, I'm not gonna get it stolen, but they don't know and they don't care. So it's gonna go up high because somebody else wants to take my car, and everybody else's car for that matter that's the same model. So it's just a killer. It destroys the industry.
Over the years, many cars featured in magazines and known across the country have been stolen, stripped, and destroyed.
That's probably more due to the internet because people just post pictures of their cars everywhere they can. And you know what? If someone's gonna take it, they're gonna take it anyway, so.
Yeah, my coupe was stolen in January, and I just immediately told myself, never again am I running a Honda, because it's like, around here it's like gold.
I parked my car outside of my house because my roommate was asleep and she was blocking my garage, and like my car did mean a lot to me, but it didn't mean enough to wake up my roommate and tell her to move her fucking car so I could park my shit in the garage, So I just left it out there, auto locked with the alarm, It was as secure as it can get without being towed away, And that's what happened to my car the next morning. I woke up, tried to go to school, I fucking hop out there and my fucking driveway's empty, And I'm just like at that point I already knew what happened. I knew what happened, I just started laughing, I knew this day would come. It did hurt me, a little bit, but I mean, the car is just a car, the car was my life, but the car didn't make who I was, I made that car. That car wouldn't be shit without me, So when we recovered it, a bunch of people were suspicious, saying that I insurance frauded my car. So to prove these motherfuckers wrong, we found my wheels on eBay, the Volk CE28Ns, and for those who don't know, those are pretty rare wheels, and the offset and the bolt pattern and rim size that were on my car. So there was only probably four sets made that I know of. So we found the set on eBay with my exact tires, and coincidentally, the dude's from Washington. So I'm like, those are my motherfucking wheels, So we hit up this dude and pretend like we're an interested buyer. Eventually, we won the auction on eBay, and we met up with this dude, Sanpan. We met up with him at McDonald's, 30 of my buddies hiding in McDonald's while my buddy Javon was outside pretending like he was an interested buyer. So once the Sanpan cat busted out my wheels, 30 of us came out from McDonald's, like a little big family, and this motherfucker was scared as shit, And we held him there for questioning, and we flagged down a cop, and the Seattle Police Department confiscated my wheels and got his information. And then they eventually did a search warrant on his house and found the rest of my car parts chilling at Santan's, his crib.
I actually got the Civic back in '93. I think I only had it for 3 weeks. There wasn't even any radio in it or whatnot. It was pretty much a stripped down model because I was gonna fix it all up anyway. But it was crazy. Yeah, I was actually carjacked at gunpoint by 3 guys. Wow. And luckily, they just took the car, and that same night they recovered it, and it was actually on the news. It's crazy, it's crazy, but yeah, they build these cars, anything's a risk though, and you just gotta take precautions.
People are going to whole new lengths to protect their hard work and the parts they purchased with hard-earned money.
This is by far the best thing you can do to protect your car from thieves. I don't know how to cock it or shoot it. So I'm not.
Yeah, that's loaded.
Oh, okay, yeah, here.
It's loaded. Hey, why don't you hand me back to Jeff?
Who, Jeff?
He's a marksman.
While no one film can cover the entire history of this phenomenon or tell everyone's personal stories, there are definitely many stories to be told. There is a deep history of people who did not modify their cars to fit in with trends or hype. They did, however, modify their cars because it was their true passion.